Don't worry, I don't wear it in public. A few things today. I've printed another whole gate system with extendable bits on it, another sprue, and 2 new patterns. So I'm going to try and cast 4 sides today, all in one go. I'm going to put the 2 long sides in the large flask and see if I can fit the 2 short sides in one of my older normal flasks. And what else? Oh yes, so I was on YouTube yesterday. I've got loads of people I follow, and one of those people is myfordboy. I'll put a link to his channel in the description. Now myfordboy is hugely popular. I'm pretty sure if you're subscribed to me and into casting, you're probably already subscribed to myfordboy. If you're not, click that link, subscribe. The guy's a genius. I don't think I've ever heard him say anything, but his videos are so beautifully simple and elegantly shot and edited. I mean, I don't know how he does it. The guy is an absolute genius, and it's no wonder he's so hugely popular. So the reason I'm talking about myfordboy is I would love a pyrometer, or at least a kind of a high temperature thermometer to stick in the aluminium or the bronze or whatever I'm melting. Because at the moment I'm using my laser infrared one, and it's okay. It kind of gives me a sort of rough reading, but it's based on infrared reflections, and aluminium, when it's molten, is essentially like a mirror, so it's difficult to read a temperature of it. I usually read the lip of the crucible, for instance, and even that, it's not, I don't know, it doesn't inspire me with confidence because the numbers kind of vary wildly depending on how reflective the surface is as opposed to the temperature, which is what you need from a thermometer. So myfordboy has got a video where he takes a K-type thermocouple, which is a kind of electronic thermometer type of thing. I've already got one here because when I was doing my kiln, that's what's in the top, and I anticipated that that one was broken, and it wasn't. So I'd already bought this, which is a rather nice, well, I think it was £15, so it's not expensive, but it's a nice K-type probe. And myfordboy makes a really nice thermometer using a much cheaper K-type probe, and it's more like this. It's just a wire, super cheap. I think it was £1.50. I clicked on his link on his video and had a look at it. And then because I was in a bit of a rush, I looked on Amazon and I saw these exact things for sale, but with a little handheld unit for like £12–15. So I was just like, what? I'm not going to make one like myfordboy. I'm just going to buy one and then do the modifications that myfordboy made to the end of his to make it suitable for bronze and aluminium. Well, at least his is suitable for aluminium. I'm going to try it for bronze. These are so dirt cheap, I could just buy another one of these if it goes wrong. Now, the genius thing that myfordboy did, you can't just dunk this into aluminium. It's got some sort of plastic sheathing here. Amazon said it was good to 400 degrees. But the genius thing myfordboy did was he took a graphite rod and he drilled a hole down it, obviously stopping probably about here somewhere. He doesn't want to go all the way through. And then he inserted the pyrometer tip into that, and then this bit you can dunk into the aluminium. Now, I'm not sure whether this plastic sheath on here will last, and if it doesn't, whether the 2 contacts will contact each other. We'll just have to wait and see. I can always buy another one of these, but with a kind of a fiberglass sheath if it doesn't work. See, look at that, it says 15 degrees, 14 degrees. If I hold it, 18, 22, 24. So it's really quite an accurate thing. And for the price, I just couldn't believe it. So we're going to try this, and I'm going to drill through this and just see if it works. Oh, and I bought some bolts in preparation for making the pins. Like that. So yeah, I feel like we're nearing the end of the whole process, really. Right, I'm going to drill a hole in this. Okay, it's a bit wobbly. One other thing myfordboy said a spring between here and the rest of the device, so that if you touch it across something, it flexes and it doesn't sort of snap. So I have got a box of springs. I'm going to see if I can find one that will fit this. So there's the end that's blank. There's a bit of pipe that goes onto the spring, and then this piece will go in there, and then this piece at the moment kind of push fits into that pipe there, and this is just to keep the heat off the wire in the middle. So I'll feed the wire through there and see what happens. Goes in there, and that gently he says gently. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's firmly put in there, but gently. So there you go, there's a bit of a spring on it. Hopefully that won't go anywhere. Okay. Not the most elegant solution, but I think that should do it. 14 degrees. If I warm up the end, 18, 45, 88, 126, 180. There you go, so it's about a 3-second lag. 250, 270, 270. Great! Well, that might be the cheapest pyrometer ever made. I'm going to be super quick now, all super fast speed and straight to the pour. While I'm editing this, I've just had a brilliant comment from Gary Generous on my last video, the one before this one. It's too late to include it in this update, but I'll certainly be trying to do it on the next update. So his genius idea was to use a pattern for the scooped out bit, so I don't have to keep scooping them out. I just removed the scoop pattern and it's done. How cool is that? I love it. Here goes. Great. It's kind of loose again. Not bad. I brushed it there. I felt it touch the sides. That's that side done. I'm going to go put that on the floor. Now I'm going to put this on the floor over there, like I always do. Not bad. I'm going to try the thermometer. Very cold. Okay, it's very full, but I have got two to do. I'm just going to do it. Here goes. Still going. Okay. Oh God. Nearly out. There we go. Again. There we go. Big load of aluminium. Well, we're done. God, that'd be brilliant if I managed to get a whole coat or drag done then. Woo! Wow. The thermometer worked really well. I wish I'll get some footage of that next time. It shot to 800 degrees. Yeah, it still works. It's showing 65 now. Nice one, myfordboy. This worked an absolute treat with the carbon rod. Let's see if I can get it a bit hotter. 350, 400, 4, 5. That'll do. 530 went to. Such a cheap, brilliant little thing with the spring and the graphite rod. Oh my God, this is so exciting. Biggest pour I've ever done. Trying to make 4 sides. Basically I'm trying to make this all at once. And I literally had, to the scoop, enough sand. That was terrifying. Also in the mad rush, do you remember the Julian HG pouring onto toughened glass thing I did a while back? Well, it left that lovely big sheet of glass with the etched Julian HG. Well, while I was rushing around trying to do everything while the aluminium was getting too hot, I knocked the glass and it fell over. And down there it's just white with little bits of glass. This is very cool. I think Wargrade came up with that. I could be wrong, it's been a while and so much stuff has happened, but I think that was Wargrade's idea to put these slots in there like that. So yeah, that's just a little test print I did today, so you guys can see that. It's all got draft on the insides and everything. Anyway, come on. I'm going to open these 2 flasks. Oh, and this! myfordboy's amazing springy graphite rod pyrometer worked a treat. It immediately went over 800, so I knew I was too hot. But by the time I mucked about, but it worked a treat. Really good, like really good. myfordboy, you're a genius. Thank you very much for that. So this whole thing has cost me, bought 5 graphite rods. They were about £1 each. And this was about, I'll put a link in the description, but this was about, I think it might have been less than 15. So I just need to make it a bit more handy, like myfordboy's one. He's got a handle on his, maybe sort of, I don't know, it's a little bit awkward with 2 hands. But it worked really well. It gave me a direct reading. Love it. Which one am I going to do first? Little one first. Little one first. Here goes. This is the little one. Hopefully this is 2 of these. Fingers crossed. The sand was a bit dodgy. I started mixing in, when I started getting very low, I started mixing in sand that had no bentonite with sand that did have bentonite. So this is definitely dodgy. Let's have a look. Oh, it's still heavy. It looks pretty good. Too hot to hold. My God, if I've managed to cast 4 sides, that will be epic. Oopsie, didn't mean to do that. Goes. Yeah, it's not too hot. I'll tidy this up. So you can see there's a little bit of imperfections on this one, and I'm putting that down to the sand not being great and rushing. But it looks pretty good still. A little bit of a bend, but nothing horrific. Oh, look at that shrinkage there. Wow. I think that is the most shrinkage I've had on one of these parts. That's gone in at least 4 or 5 centimetres. Hasn't gone through under one of the handles. And on this side it's absolutely fine. Should we look at the other one? Oh, my back. Heavy. Woo! They've worked, I think. I need to make a muller because I'm kind of sick of going through every bit of sand I've got now before every casting. That looks pretty good. Shrinkage again. I think this has got more shrinkage, but I think because I took so long on the second flask, I think the temperature, well, it was reading 8 something, maybe 830, which is very hot, 850. So pretty straight again, like same as the last ones basically. I mean a slight bend, but look, you see here, where there's a sand. My gas is escaping because the pressure's dropped below 20 psi. You see here. Oh, there we go. Oh, it wasn't so bad. I thought it was a hole. It was just a kind of a flap. So, as to be expected, I think these are slightly worse castings, but I got twice as many, so that is awesome. I've got enough to make a flask, maybe. Not bad. For 2 rushed castings with barely enough sand, well chuffed with that. Well, I'm going to cut those off and I'll be back in a minute. And there are the spin traps. Looks like they coped with that tiny little spoke vent fine. Right. They're pretty good, look. 1/2 millimetre probably. Maybe 1 millimetre on that side. Oh, they look great. On the bump on that one, the shrinkage has actually gone in and kind of inverted that as a inverted bump. But again, it's not a functional problem, that's more of a cosmetic problem. And these, well, they look great. Again, shrinkage. They look good down there. edges. Looks like it might be, oh look, if I squeeze it, it goes away. But that goes to show how perhaps when I bolt them together and they kind of flex, that might be all right. But yeah, if I give it a squeeze, so it starts at about 2.5 millimeters by the look of it, and I can squeeze it to nothing. Oh, it's better on this side, look, it's about 2 to nothing. The top edges are lovely. These are great. These are great. 3 different occasions here. This is the first occasion when I first cast this design. I had feeders, and then this was the second occasion I cast this design, and I put no feeders on this one. I removed the feeders altogether, and I got some shrinkage, actually very similar to the shrinkage on these. And these are the ones I cast today. Similar kind of severe shrinkage. But it's all kind of in a manageable place, all in the middle, which I guess is a good thing. So I think feeders are not required. I should probably use cooler aluminium. I think it might have even been 850. I was just worried that the probe was going to catch fire. It was hot enough basically, so I turned everything off. These 4 are today's. This was the unfed casting before, and this was the first casting with this design with the feeders. Very, very cool. Only a slight bend, look, about millimetre and a quarter. These ones are even straighter. Yay!